Hey guys, what's going on? Back with an update on my truck. I was going to make a two-part video, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it all in one video. I'm going to flip the camera around so everybody can see. As you can see, there's no freaking motor. Well, come to find out that it's not oiling on the driver's side, and I'll just show you the heads. I got them all pulled off the motor and everything. This is passenger, which would be right side of motor if you're sitting in truck. As you can see, there's oil all over this. It looks the way it's supposed to look. Looks real clean, shiny, and good. There's obviously oil here, so that's a good sign. You got oil in the port where it's supposed to be. But over here is the driver's side. See, as you can tell, oil comes up through here, goes into the rocker assembly, and disperses the oil through the rocker assembly. But there's no oil. I mean, very little oil. It looks to have a little bit of a metal flakes in it. From what I can tell, nothing got messed up between the valves and the seats. I mean, as you can see, everything looks still pretty darn good. So the heads aren't messed up. Thank God, because, you know, I've brand new double valve spring in it. So I'm dealing with that. And I'm recording this on my phone. That's why the camera's kind of, yeah. So motor set here. As you can see, I got it all covered up. I'm going to take it down to the machine shop and get new cam bearings pressed in it. But that's the problem with it. The electrical system's fine. As y'all know, or if you've been following me, you know, GM ignition with regular coil and down to just that as my wiring harness, as opposed to what the 85 has. You know, that would be your whole harness going to the computer. That's all gone, deleted. But to the fun part of something fun, that's good. It's an upgrade other than what I've done to the motor already. We'll move around to the inside. As you can see, there's no door panel. Got that, which is what I normally run. I'm still looking for something cool to do for a armrest or a pull or something. But as you can see, I'm wiring up a new stereo. I'm going with, well, I don't know what, there it is. It's the JVC. It's a Bluetooth with hands-free. So that's pretty cool. It's got a mic that goes to it. I've ran it up over to here. Works really good. I actually just pulled this out of my F-150. I just got to run all new speaker wire. So I've got that in the works. I bought some 6.5 inch Memphis speakers. And they won't fit up there. Those are regularly 4 inch or 4.5, whatever they are, but I just stuck some cheap ones, if you can see it, up in here. I don't like the way they sound, so I'm actually not even going to use them. I'm just going to leave them just to, because I don't feel like pulling them out. I'm going to drill a hole, well, a big hole, in my door panel here, right over here. So right over in that general corner, and they'll fit right about here is where I've kind of measured it out to be. Plenty of clearance. The window doesn't hit it. This little, I guess, slide thingy that the metal thingy slides on doesn't hit it. So I'm having to wire up a whole stereo system. I've got a Power Base 10, which that shouldn't be sitting there. Got a power base 10 going in behind the seat. So a lot of freaking work you got to do just to get a freaking radio in this thing. So yeah, here's the whole motor parts, pieces. So I'll have this thing out at the machine shop hopefully Monday if they're open. This whole coronavirus or COVID-19 is kind of setting me back on getting my part done, and it's also setting me back in work. I have absolutely no work, but it's good for me because I got plenty of time to work on the truck and get all that going. But I've got my F-150 up for sale, and it should hopefully sell this week or next. In the works on getting a CRF 450L as soon as I sell my truck, and could start doing videos with that. I'm still in the process of moving, so got a lot going on, but I should have the truck going, should have it running as soon as I get the block back from the machine shop. Should have it back together. And if anybody's wondering, I did on this truck, let's see here, where's that? Oh, that's all, let's see here, here's the DuraSpark 2 ignition system. I went through 2 or 3 of that until I read up on the GM HEI, HEI, I think it is. It does the same thing as the DuraSpark, but better. And that's how I was able to delete the computer. And then you run the GM little device right there. You run it to make the torque converter engage and disengage. It does it off a vacuum, which is that vacuum line. Plugs into the tree on the carburetor mounting plate, and then you plug this in from here into your distributor, and you run the DuraSpark distributor, and that just tells the distributor what to do. And obviously just a coil with, a coil with a capacitor. Pretty simple setup if anybody wants to do it. I actually had to go to GM to get that module and wiring harness to that. So I had to go to GM to do that. Let's see here. Can't think of anything else that I'm doing to the truck other than speakers and trying to get this motor going. I should have the stereo system probably this week done because, like I said, I don't have any work. I should have some money hopefully this week where I can go get some speaker wire, get an amp, and all that wiring harness all wired up. Should have the same back on the road hopefully in the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not too concerned about the radio. I just want to hear this thing run again. Oh, and with it not oiling, let's see here. Luckily, I caught this pretty quick. Luckily, all of my push rods, which I know this looks horrible with them just sitting in here, but they can't be stepped on while in the truck, so that's a good thing. The rocker assemblies, let's see here. They're all in this. I'm going to send these off and try to get them rebuilt because I have all new rockers, the rods. I just don't have the springs and all that, so maybe I can get these things rebuilt.